Have you ever wondered why the people with the most power often say the least? Why those who carry deep wisdom don't rush to speak, but instead listen, observe, and choose their words with precision? In a world that's constantly loud, where everyone wants to be heard, your silence can be your sharpest weapon. Not silence out of fear, but silence born from strength, control, and clarity. Let's explore how your silence can become your greatest power. The noise of the world. Everywhere you go there's noise. At work, at home, online, everyone's trying to be heard. You hear people arguing to prove they're right, posting opinions just to get likes, talking over each other in conversations that go nowhere. But pause for a second. How much of that noise brings you peace? How much of it truly helps you grow? Has shouting ever really healed your heart? We live in a world where many people speak just to impress, not to express. They don't want connection, they want control. They want to win, not understand. And the louder they get, the more they reveal how little they've mastered themselves. But then there's silence. Silence is power. It doesn't chase attention, it earns respect. Like Lao Tzu said, silence is a source of great strength. Think of two people in an argument. One is yelling, red-faced, losing control. The other stays calm, listens, maybe even smiles gently. Which one feels stronger to you? Your calm presence says more than 1,000 loud words ever could. It shows maturity, depth, and confidence. It says, my peace is not for sale. So the next time the world tries to pull you into chaos, pause, breathe. Choose silence over shouting. Choose your peace over your pride. Because true power isn't found in the loudest voice. It's found in the quiet soul that doesn't need to speak to be felt. So here's your reminder. Protect your energy. Let the noise stay outside, and let your silence speak volumes. Silence reveals who people truly are. Have you ever just gone quiet in a conversation, completely silent, and noticed how the energy shifts? It's strange, isn't it? The moment you stop talking, people start revealing who they really are. Some get nervous, some start oversharing, some try to dominate the space, as if silence is something to conquer. But here's the truth, silence isn't weakness, it's awareness. And in that quiet, people begin to expose themselves. Ever had someone talk over you because you didn't respond fast enough? Or watched someone scramble to impress you just because you didn't give them instant approval? That silence, it's not just quiet, it's a mirror. It reflects their fears, their intentions, their truth. Take Nelson Mandela, for example. In some of his toughest negotiations, he would stay completely silent after speaking. No follow-up, no defending, just stillness. And that silence, it made people uncomfortable, because in that space, there was no hype. Mandela wasn't trying to win. He was observing. He was listening. And that gave him power not over others, but within himself. So ask yourself, what if you didn't rush to reply in that next heated moment? What if you just paused? What might you see in the people around you? What truths would come to the surface? Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. So don't fear silence. Use it. Trust it. Let it reveal what words try to hide. And remember, your stillness can speak louder than any noise around you. Emotional control through silence. Silence isn't weakness. It's strength under control. It's choosing not to let your emotions lead the way, but letting wisdom guide your steps. Have you ever said something in anger, and then felt that sting of regret a few minutes later? We've all been there. Words flying out like arrows too fast to pull back. And then, later, we think, if only I had stayed quiet. That's what silence does. It gives you space to think, to breathe, to feel without reacting. The philosopher Epictetus once said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. But how often do we flip that around? We talk too fast, react too soon, and miss the chance to truly understand ourselves and others. But when you choose silence, you pause the emotional roller coaster. You stop the heat from turning into damage. You give yourself a moment to decide, is this worth my peace? Imagine someone pushing your buttons, trying to get a rise out of you. And you just look at them, calm and centered. No reaction, no drama. just presence. That's not weakness. That's emotional control. That's power. So the next time you feel anger rising or pressure building, pause. Let silence be your shield. Let it be your strength. Because anyone can react, but it takes real strength to stay still, to feel everything and still choose peace. Protect your energy, master your emotions, and let your silence speak for the power you carry inside. Strategic silence in relationships and conflict in relationships. Silence isn't just quiet, it can be a powerful tool. It can either hurt or heal. It all depends on how you use it. Have you ever been tempted to respond to disrespect, but instead stayed silent? Why would that be the stronger choice? Because silence sends a clear message. You don't get my energy anymore. When someone tries to pull you into conflict, they expect a reaction, an argument, a defense, an explanation. But what happens when you don't give them that? When you stay calm and quiet, it unsettles them. It throws them off balance. Your silence says, "I'm not playing your game," and that alone shifts the power in your favor. Let me tell you a story. A CEO once faced harsh public criticism from a former employee. Everyone waited, expecting him to fight back, to defend himself fiercely, but he said nothing. His silence was powerful. It kept his dignity intact. And in time, the truth came out: the accusations were false. His silence had protected his reputation better than any argument could. So, what about you? Can you resist the urge to react? Can you choose silence to protect your peace, rather than letting anger drag you down? Remember, silence isn't weakness, it's strategy, it's strength, it's power. Next time conflict tries to pull you in, pause. Choose silence. Let your quiet strength speak louder than any words ever could. The silence within deep listening and inner wisdom is take a moment to remember something important. The most powerful silence isn't the silence around us. It's the silence inside us. The silence where the endless noise in our minds finally stops. We live in a world full of distractions. Social media notifications, breaking news, constant comparison. It's like a never-ending storm of thoughts and pressure. Have you ever tried to sit quietly, but your mind just won't stop racing? That's normal. But inside you, beneath all that noise, there's a quiet voice. A voice that doesn't shout or demand attention, it simply whispers the truth. And here's the secret, you can only hear it when you're truly quiet. Rumi, the great poet, said it best: the quieter you become, the more you can hear. Silence is not emptiness, it's connection. It's where you meet yourself face to face, where your intuition speaks clearly, where your heart begins to heal, and where your true vision for life starts to grow. Think about this. When was the last time you just sat in silence, not scrolling, not distracted, but fully present? If you want to find real direction in life, start there. Not to run away from your problems, but to wake up to your own inner wisdom. So today, give yourself permission to turn off the noise. Sit in silence, listen deeply, and watch how your life begins to change from the inside out. Practical ways to use silence as power. Silence isn't just about being quiet, it's about using quiet as a powerful tool. But how do you actually start? How do you make silence work for you? First, pause before you respond. When someone pushes your buttons, don't rush to reply. Take a breath. Give space for your emotions to settle. You'll be surprised how much clearer and stronger your response can be. Have you noticed how sometimes, in a heated argument, the other person gets restless when you stop talking? That silence makes them reveal more about themselves, what they're really feeling, or even what they're trying to hide. Next, practice silent observation. In meetings, in conversations, in relationships, watch more than you speak. Listen not just to words, but to tone, body language, and pauses. This helps you understand people better and gives you the upper hand in any situation. And here's a powerful boundary. If someone disrespects you, don't waste energy arguing back. Withdraw your energy. Your silence tells them, "I'm not available for that." Also, create moments of inner silence every day. Try journaling your thoughts, meditate, take walks without music or distractions. Let your mind settle. This daily practice sharpens your inner peace and power. Remember, speak less, say more. When your words are rare, they become powerful. They carry weight and meaning. You don't need to announce your growth or prove your strength. Let your silence do that for you. Let it echo louder than any noise around you. So today, start small. Pause, listen, observe, protect your energy, and watch how your silence becomes your greatest strength. Your silence, your superpower. So the next time someone tries to pull you into drama, the next time the world demands a reaction from you, the next time your ego begs to defend itself, choose silence, not to suppress, but to stand taller, wiser, clearer. Because in silence, you don't lose power, you reclaim it. As Abraham Lincoln said, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. So now I ask you, are you ready to make silence your strategy, your shield, your sword? Because when the noise fades, only truth remains, and those who master silence master themselves.